Before, but it's been a while. It was actually one of my early stops, and so it's great to be back. I got to tell you, I am energized. I'm psyched. Things are going incredibly well. The convention is a week from Saturday. I think we're going to make some history on that day, and I want you to know that. I want you to be caught up in the excitement that I'm experiencing. Not just because I'm a candidate, and not just because things are going well, but I've learned a lesson over the last 2.5 years of going place to place, community to community. And the lesson I've learned is despite what Republicans tell us, the people of Connecticut are unbelievably generous. They really do want to get the job done. They really do want to help their fellow man. They really do want a tax structure that supports education. They really do want to create jobs. They really do want a public health system that serves the needs. They really do want to make sure that all of our children and all of our adults have access to health care. This is a state that is ready to be generous again if we can simply replace the Republican leadership that has stifled our existence for the last 12 years. And I'm ready to do that. I'm energized. I'm excited. Things are going well. I've outraised my Democratic opponent by $450,000 in the last 6 months, by $650,000 in the last year. We've talked about policies and where people live and how they live. I've talked about some of my experiences of lowering crime by 63% and making the city of Stamford one of the 10 safest cities in America, which allowed us to build 4,000 units of housing, 3,000 of those in and around our downtown. I've talked about in a state where there are fewer jobs today than there were in 1989, having an environment where we have been successful at attracting 5,000 more jobs, even though we lost lots of manufacturing jobs during that same period. We replaced others. I've talked about the idea, but let me go back to affordable housing. I've talked about the fact that the city of Stamford is the only city in the state that requires multifamily housing developers to actually build affordable housing as a percentage of that which they would build in our community. We did that because we wanted to make sure our teachers and our firemen and our policemen, as they started their careers, had places to live in our community. We're very proud of it. In fact, one of the proudest days I had as mayor is when we opened one of those buildings, and the first 34 units had a lottery for them. 29 of those units went to city workers. I'm proud of that kind of accomplishment. And those are types of programs that we can bring to the state and make this a better and greater state. And so with that as kind of a brief, I didn't do the whole thing about my background as a prosecutor and trying 23 felony cases and having convictions in 22. I'm better than you. I didn't talk about that, but I could. I could talk about my wife who heads the Sexual Assault Crisis and Education Center, a rape crisis center. I'm very proud of her work. She does that for Stamford and 7 other communities. She supports me in what I do. I support her in what she does. But I'm happy to talk about anything that's on your minds and to get the job done. I'm trying to close a deal here. If you haven't figured this out, that's what I'm trying to do.